Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jeannie, otherwise known as Purplicious Dips, here on YouTube and on Instagram. I'm really excited to be sharing this mani because I'm going to be doing a color block ombre that I haven't done before, and I'll be using the Summer Rain collection from Vivid Glam Co, which is just gorgeous. So I can't wait to show you how this turns out. The two colors I'm going to be using from this collection are Partly Cloudy and Confetti Clouds, and let me tell you, I had the hardest time choosing which colors to use from this collection because they were all so gorgeous. So we're just going to break into the first one, Partly Cloudy, which is actually a thermal. So what you can see here in the jar, it's like a light bluish grayish color, and it actually turns a peachy color. And Confetti Clouds is a mixture of hex glitters and glitter shards, and wait till you see it on the nail. Oh my gosh, it is so stunning. Before I use my powders, I always make sure I give it a shake and a good stir, and that's because the powders could have settled and I want to fluff them up because I like to dip my nail in. If it's too dense, if I haven't fluffed it up, it could cause wrinkling of the wet dip base. So if you see me do that, that's why. So I'll be using all Vivid Glam Co liquids as well. So this is their glue, which is their dip base. And I'm going to continue to dip Partly Cloudy on my index finger, pinky, and thumb. And just wait till you see how sensitive this thermal is. It was really fascinating to me. I don't know, I just love to watch thermals change colors. Can you see that? I literally just dipped my finger and it's already starting to change colors. I mean, granted, I am in the South, so it's still hot here, but still, the fact that I really didn't have to do anything and it just started changing colors just fascinates me. It's such a sensitive thermal, and that makes it so fun. If you haven't seen me live, or if you haven't watched my videos before, I am like a kid when it comes to like special effects. So the thermals, the glows, UV changers, anything like that that's really unique, it gets me really giddy and excited. So apologies in advance for my excitement, but I just really love these thermals and I think they're gorgeous. Popping back in because now that I've capped my solid nails in clear, I'm going to go ahead and activate and just look at how quickly my nails change back to the cold color, which is this blue-gray color. How fun is that? Okay, so now to the fun part. For my color block, I'm going to use this nail tape that I got off of Amazon. I'll leave the link below down in the description. But I'm going to use that to block off the area where I want my ombre to be with the glitter. So I do have peel base on top of my tips. So in order for my peel base not to peel off with the tape when I remove it, I did apply a layer of dip base off camera and let it dry before I applied the tape. So I'm just applying the tape to the center of my nail, which is where the ombre color block will be. And I'm just gently pressing it down once I think it's in the right spot. And I just want to ensure there aren't any gaps in the tape where any dip base can seep through, because I don't want any of that solid color to be in my color block area. Once I'm done applying my tape, I'm going to carefully apply my dip base to the exposed nail. I want to avoid the tape as much as possible, but can't avoid it completely. So I'm just doing my best to get as little base on the tape as possible. I don't want to go over the whole tape because it could cause issues when you're trying to remove that tape when you're done with your color block. So you just want to be a little careful with that. I do want to mention that the inspiration for this mani is 𝐀𝐦𝐚𝐳𝐶 on Instagram, which I'll leave her Instagram link down below in the comments. But she is the queen of color blocking, and she really inspired me to give this a try because I always admire her color blocks. So if you're not following her already, go show her some love because she is amazing. Once I'm done with my second layer, I'm going to very gently remove that tape. You don't want to rip it up too quickly because you could impact the dip that you've done. So just very slowly and carefully removing that tape. Now, I do recommend that if you're doing more than 2 layers, you probably want to remove after your second layer and then reapply and do additional layers, just because you could impact the ability to lift up that tape the more layers you have on it. It could be fine, but I would just be a little cautious with that. So I'm going to take this little cuticle pusher that I have, and with the flat end, I'm just going to gently push that line where the solid is to just kind of straighten it up a bit, because the dip base still is a little bit wet, so I do have that opportunity to straighten that up a little. I'm going to do my glitter ombre in the area where the tape was, but first I'm going to pour my Confetti Clouds into my Dipped in Chaos by Chaos Concepts. I just think it'll be easier to manage the glitter in the Dipped in Chaos rather than in the dip jar. I decided at the last minute that instead of using clear for my ombre, I'm actually going to use pink glass, which is also by Vivid Glam Co. And this is a really sheer pink color, and it's just enough that it just kind of hides imperfections, but it's not really a color. So it's my absolute favorite to use for clear ombres. And I've got clear in quotes, but you can't really see my hands, but it's just like perfect for that. So for my ombre, I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush and dip it into the glitter, and I'm just gently going to tap that glitter with the most being at my free edge, and just gently tapping towards the middle of my nail, but I want less glitter there. So it's going to be more concentrated at the free edge and then gently fade into the middle of my nail. Once I'm comfortable with that amount, I will take my other eyeshadow brush and tap in my pink glass to where there isn't any glitter. The other thing I do, not just for my clear, but for any sheer colors that I use, I always like to make sure I scrub it with a stiff scrub brush. I don't really have any issues with any graininess or cloudiness with the pink glass, but for any sheer colors, I always just make sure to scrub it to get out any excess powder, just because you do run the risk of that for sheer colors. So I'm going to go in with my second layer, and I'm going to do the same order as the first. I'll tap in the glitter at my free edge, and then I'll fill in with the pink glass. And then once I'm done with that, I'll be back for some glitter placement. Once I'm done with my second layer, I'm just going to look at it and see if there are any empty spots or any places where I want additional glitter. So I'm going to apply my dip base to just my glitter ombre area, and then I'm going to dip the sharp end of my cuticle tool into the wet dip base and individually pick up those glitters. Some cooperate, some don't. You can see me struggling with some of them. Like this little glitter piece right here, it took me forever to pick it up. But I'm just going to place them wherever I want them. If my dip base dries on me, I will apply a little more dip base and keep going. Now that I'm happy with my color block ombre, I'm going to go ahead and dip my ring finger into Confetti Clouds. And I'm going to treat this like I do any chunky glitter, where for the first layer, I'm going to pour it over, and this will catch any of the acrylic powders, any of the smaller glitters, but it's not going to catch a lot of the larger glitters, and that's going to help reduce bulkiness. For my second layer, I'm actually going to lay my finger flat into the glitter, and that's where we'll pick up the most amount of glitters, and that's where you'll get the most bang for your buck. And sorry, I feel like I said glitter 80 times, but I couldn't help it. I just want to mention that you do see me shaking my Dipp'd Chaos where my glitter is, because I want to bring the most amount of glitters to the top so that when I lay my finger in, I'm catching more glitters. to go ahead and cap and clear. I'll activate and file and buff off camera, and then we'll be back for my favorite part, dip top coat. So here's how it's looking after filing and buffing, but just you wait to see the true beauty of this glitter. So I'm going to apply my final layer of activator and wait 2 minutes before I go in with my dip top coat. And wait till you see the shine of this Vivid Glam Co dip top coat. It's one of my favorites to use. Look at that reaction with the dip top coat with the activator, where my index finger is now turning peach because it's turning warmer. Don't worry, I don't feel a thing. It doesn't hurt. I just think it's really fun to see. As always, I'm going to finish off my mani with my cuticle oil. I'm using Scales of a Mermaid Golden, and this has been my favorite lately. I can't stop grabbing for it. It's like a pineapple margarita inspired scent, and it smells so good. And here's the finished look. What do you think? I absolutely love the way it turned out, and just look at that glitter. It is just so gorgeous. I don't know why I was so intimidated by this color block ombre, but it was a lot easier than I thought it would be, and I will definitely be doing this look again. As you can tell, it was really warm in my room, so I just got this peach color. So I want to cool it down a little bit, so I'm not gonna lie, I was too lazy to go downstairs and get some like ice or water. So I'm just gonna take my little handheld fan and hold it up to my fingers to get a little cold so you can see the color transition. As always, I appreciate you being here, and thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it helps YouTube recommend me to others. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.